We won't be expanding this whole thing because we don't even know where it ends, but we can at least try to find the first three terms and then try to identify if it's geometric or an arithmetic. So let us do that right now by just substituting in the values of k. We are going to substitute 1 up until 3, nothing more. We don't have that much time, guys. I have typed this in the calculator and I've turned this into real values, into real numbers of a series, but I'm starting to get worried. I don't even see a relationship between these numbers. But for once, we are going to trust the process and we are going to check if it's an arithmetic or a geometric, you know. Because I also don't do these things on my own. Like I do this when I'm recording or something. I don't sit down and say I'm practicing maths. No. All right. For this one, we are checking if it's a geometric. We are trying to find R, and this time we are trying to find if it's an arithmetic, right? And for arithmetic we use the difference, right? Let us just quickly say, you know what, I don't see this working, but let's see, let's try to find out. We are going to say t2 over t1. I'm going a little bit faster because I feel like you guys now understand this thing, right? So we are going to say t3 over t2, and this time we're going to say t2 minus t1 is equal to t3 minus t2. It looks like it's going to be an arithmetic series. Let me tell you why. 3 over negative 1 is not equal to 7 over 3, right? So we cancel this one. You can check on your calculator, check the decimals. It's not going to work. 3 over negative 1 is going to be negative 3, and 7 over 3 is going to be something like 2 point something. I don't know. So we now continue by saying this is, it's a plus, it's going to be a plus, right? So it's going to be 4, and it's also going to be 4, right? So our D is equal to 4, right? Now we continue. We don't forget the question. The question was telling us to find the value of n for which this series is going to be equal to 594. Let me show you what you do here, because we have never done this on the channel, but believe me, it's going to be easy. I've given you several hints. I've given you quite a few hints about this one, so it's going to work out, believe me. I have decided to use this side because this one was getting full and I knew that I won't be able to complete this whole thing in such a small space. All right, now if you know this formula, or if you are familiar with this formula, it must be because you have seen my other videos where you introduce the formulas and all that. But without wasting your time, I will get back to what I was doing. So they want the value of n for which this series is equal to 594. So when you have something like that, do not panic. You will just put 594 because I mean they want where the series is 594. This is sum, and the series are in series we deal with sum, right? So we are going to say 594 is equal to n over 2. Now we won't be substituting n because we don't know n. We are trying to find n, right? So n over 2 into 2. Now a is negative 1. We found that negative 1 plus n, we still don't know n, minus 1, and then this is where I used to make a mistake. You see, the formula originally comes like this. It doesn't have a multiplication sign. And if you are using your Casio calculator, you try to multiply this out, you try to type it all out like this, and you forget to put a multiplication sign, it gives you a wrong answer. I will show you someday. I will just take my time and show you. But recently I have started to do something like this. I put a multiplication sign here so that it doesn't mess up my whole answer. But obviously we know the difference, so it is not going to be D anymore. It is going to be 4 because we found 4, right? So let us try to simplify this and see if we can find any answers. 594 is going to be equal to n over 2 minus 2, and then we say plus, we multiply this in the bracket, so it's going to be 4n minus 4, because the negative 1, it affects the 4. All right, so now we simplify further. We have 594 is equal to n over 2 into, now I'm going to make a bracket like this because we don't have a lot of stuff in the bracket, so I'm going to simplify it and do it like this, not the square bracket, right? So we're now going to have something like 4n and then minus 6, right? Minus 6. Now we are going to simplify this, and if you have been with us in the algebra series, you probably know that this is nothing complicated. It is very simple, right? So let us continue. We are going to say 594 is equal to 4n squared over 2 minus 6n over 2, right? So we are going to say 594 is equal to, this is going to cancel, so it's going to be 2n squared, right, minus 3, right? And now we have something like this, 2n squared minus 3, oh, it's an n here, minus 3n minus 594 is equal to 0. Now this is where you have to show them what I taught you in the algebra series, but this is not going to be factorized nicely with the algebra, with the bracket method. No, it's a little bit complicated. We are going to use the quadratic formula, so it is going to be minus b, x is equal to minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And usually I substitute these values in my calculator, but I will show you today just so that you don't confuse yourself. Now a is 2, right? So we can simply say 2 into 2, right? We have minus into minus 3 plus minus root. Now we have minus 3 squared minus 4, a is 2, and c is 594, that is negative 594, negative 594. So you type this in your calculator and you write down the solutions. You're now going to have something like this, n is equal to 18, or this is the part where you're supposed to decide which one is the solution. Now you cannot say n is equal to negative 16.5. You must be crazy. You can also check, you can substitute this value in the formula and see what it gives you. All right, so this is us trying to confirm our answer, and we are going to say Sn is equal to n over 2. Now n is 18. We have found that 18, and we put in a bracket. It is going to be 2, and our a was negative 1, so it's negative 1. And now we have something like n is 18 still, minus 1. Now this is what I was telling you about. Let me not put a multiplication sign right here and just put 4, right? Because 4 is the difference. I want you to see the difference when I do it like this and when I do it with my way, right? So we're going back and we are putting a multiplication sign to see what answer we get. Here we go. It is 594. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you next time. I really hope you liked the video because it was interesting. You know, the problem was interesting, and I'm sure we are still going to do more problems like this one. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section, tell me what you want to see next, and you can also do not follow me on social media, you guys. Hey, all right, goodbye. Hey, almost put myself on fire.